have the brand new LF Super Saiyan Future Trunks in the game. And honestly speaking, even though I do strongly believe that you guys should not summon on that banner and you should save your crystals for something a bit more important, this Trunks is honestly really good. And I've been able to hold my own against a lot of units in the game, especially like, you know, meta units and whatnot. And because of that, I recorded some matches that I did off screen for some post commentary for you guys. So again, today we're gonna be doing some post commentary based off of the brand new LF Super Saiyan Future Trunks. But with that being said, let's get into it.
Versus Zamasu and Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, Super Saiyan Future Gohan, and Super Saiyan Future Trunks.
And here we are in the first battle. So I lead off with Trunks because since he has blast armor on everything, it kind of gives me a bit more leeway at the beginning of battle. Anyway, we do Ki Blast, afterwards we sidestep, and we end up clashing with Strike. I end up winning the Strike clash, so that gives me a bit of leeway. I dash forward so he can't really predict what I'm going to do and follow up with more strikes. Afterwards, the opponent throws in Gohan, understandably so, because if he threw in Trunks, unless he knew a strike was coming, then it would have been very detrimental. So the opponent throws out their special move, I dodge out the way. I time like their sidestep very poorly, but I still manage to actually land the Ki Blast on it. Then I get a special skill, and I throw out my first ultimate attack. Remember, Trunks gets 2. Anyway, the ultimate attack wiped out Gohan entirely, and obviously it nullifies endurance, so Gohan is dead. Anyway, I throw in 17 and 18. The opponent ends up popping their main ability. Still not too worried. I'm kind of fine right now. Then afterwards, I continue with more Ki Blasts and all that stuff. They throw in Trunks, not worried, because I have Vegeta on the back end. So that gives me a bit of neutrality against Trunks, so I can kind of like stall before I can get my Trunks in. Anyway, the opponent throws out their special move. I take it because there's no point in me dodging it. Afterwards, we kind of sidestep and then we end up clashing. I lose this clash, and that has me slightly worried unless the opponent threw out Ki Blasts, but of course, they're following up with Strike Arts. Anyway, they pop their main ability, and I know the ultimate attack is coming, so I throw in Trunks. Personally, I would have wanted to throw in 17 18 if I had 18 in already, and have her take the hit, but it is what it is. Anyway, we take this hit extremely well. Now, throw a Ki Blast to force an advantage. Afterwards, the opponent swaps to Goku Black and Zamasu. I tried to, you know, tackle and then time to sidestep and get out the way, but it was just poor timing. But at this point, I understand that if the opponent rushes, I would actually get rid of Vegito. So I throw in 17 and 18. Then afterwards, I throw out Vegito. I tackle, they throw out Rush. So now the opponent is wide open, which helps me out a lot. But I still can't rush effectively just yet because Trunks is in the back end. And unless I had 17 and 18 in, then that would be the only way I could like rush comfortably. Anyway, I get strike covered by Trunks, and then we end up clashing again. This time I win the clash, and that helps out significantly. So I win the clash, I follow up with another strike with Vegito Blue. Afterwards, since I get another Strike Arts card, I threw in Trunks, he gets Ki. And then afterwards, I pop my main ability. At this point, I know Goku Black and Zamasu are not coming in, so I throw out my ultimate attack. Again, second ultimate attack, and plus element factor advantage, nullifying endurance. Trunks is completely gone. Now it's just Goku Black and Zamasu. So they end up popping their special skill. It takes away my vanish, no big deal. I swap to 18, then I vanish, and then I pop my special skill, which takes away their vanish. And since the opponent was in the midst of attacking, I throw out Rising Rush and I hit him with it, but I don't land the rush. But at this point, I'm honestly not worried because he's about to die. So I force an advantage, I tap him out with 18, and that's game. So yeah, Trunks was able to really shine in that battle, especially against a future team where they have 2 units that have endurance, and the circumstances were perfect because they were paired up with obviously 2 future units with that Trunks. So being able to knock them out effectively and quickly definitely worked out well. But honestly, I'm more excited for you guys to see the second battle.
Versus Android 17 and Android 18, Super Saiyan Future Trunks, and Future Gohan and Teen Future Trunks.
And here we are in the second battle. So I lead off with Trunks again, you guys already know why. But the opponent led off with Ki Blast, and I had a special skill. So I already have my first ultimate attack right from the start. And of course, Trunks is supposed to be the android killer. So I throw it out and it deals half of their health already just gone. So I wait for the side steps for them, and I know that the only type of cover change they have is blast cover. So I follow up with Strike Arts as much as I can. Then they throw in Trunks, which I think was a bad idea. I think they should have thrown in Gohan and Teen Future Trunks, but I'm not tripping. The scenario is better for me. Anyway, after a few combos, I throw in 17 and 18. Then I stop the combo to charge some ki. They pop their special skill, so I know they have the ultimate attack, but I end up getting perfect vanished. At this point, I have to let 17 and 18 take the hit, because if not, Vegito Blue would have died, because that Trunks is heavily Zenkai boosted right now. So anyway, Trunks already vanished, but when he uses ultimate attack, he gets a really good portion of his vanish gauge back. So at this point, I'm just trying to land as many hits as I possibly can. Luckily, this time the opponent threw out Gohan, and because of that, I'm thinking, should I pop my main ability or throw out my special move? I opt in for the special move just because I want to at least try to land Legendary Finish again. Anyway, Gohan is still in. I throw in Vegito Blue because I have to take Trunks out. I take damage. This isn't good. However, if the opponent ended up throwing in Trunks, like swapping to Team Trunks specifically, then that would have been really good for Vegito Blue. But instead, they end up rushing. And honestly, I'm not worried at all, because when it came down to all the units that I had, the one unit I actually would have sacrificed would have been Vegito Blue. So I end up losing the rush. No big deal. I still have my own rush too. And at this point, I'm thinking I need to get rid of the androids more than anything. So I tackle. The opponent ends up, you know, following up immediately. I don't know why. I have a special skill, which means you can't cover change with anybody. So at this point, you should just let Gohan and Trunks die. And that's exactly what they did. So from there, I end up swapping to 18 just to like try to bide some time. I force them to vanish as well. And then afterwards, they throw in Trunks. I managed to tap out Trunks, which is great. And at this point, I'm sitting here like, okay, cool. 17 and 18, all I have to do is just pop my main, wait for them to sidestep, and then throw out the ultimate attack. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And yeah, LF on the androids. So yeah, it's insane how versatile this unit really is. Again, he's the second unit in the entire game that has the ability to get 2 ultimate attacks. That is and will always be a very powerful ability, because for example, if you like pop your main or whatever and you miss that ultimate attack or it doesn't kill, bet, can't wait to get a special skill, get your another ultimate attack, and then from there try to land that and hopefully be able to, you know, deal whatever damage you're trying to deal. But that's only the second battle out of the 3 battles I have for you guys today.
Versus Full Power Jiren, Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken Goku, and Golden Frieza.
And here we are in the final battle. So the opponent led off with Full Power Jiren, which is actually scary for me because I led off with Trunks. And they threw out Ki Blast, which is what I was not expecting from the beginning, especially from Jiren, but it is what it is. So I throw in 17 and 18. Also, this opponent fought very straightforward. Like, you know, no, like, sidestepping or anything of the sort. Like, surprisingly, no, this is not a bot. This was an actual person. Anyway, they throw out Golden Frieza, and I continue my onslaught, but I need to kind of prepare for Goku because I have nothing but Strike Arts cards. So instead of me using the Strike after I land a few Ki Blasts on Frieza, I throw out my special move, which does solid damage on Goku, plus inflicting bleed, so that helps out a lot. I timed the sidestep too early, so that really screwed me over, so he perfect vanished and countered accordingly. But unless Golden Frieza is coming back in, Vegito's relatively safe. So I tried to throw a Ki Blast, but of course Full Power Jiren has Blast Armor on Strike, so he tanks through it, but I still managed to get him. I popped my special skill with 17, and now I know for a fact you're not going to be swapping into anybody anytime soon. But I still have to be relatively careful with Rising Rush, because if I do, Jiren will get Endurance, and that could kind of forestall the battle longer than it needs to be. I force an advantage. He pops his special skill, and I tap out. He swaps to Golden Frieza. I end up comboing him into Oblivion. And then at this point, this was an absolute accident. When you use some cards with Trunks, it'll just throw another card right underneath. So that really didn't help out. That's why I kind of just followed through with Strike immediately. I actually did not mean to do that. Anyway, so the opponent is continuing their combo with Goku, and I'm honestly chilling. Again, when push comes to shove, I have Vegito Blue as like my defensive unit, right? Where if Rising Rush were to happen, or if I need somebody to kind of like take some damage, I'm more than likely throwing in Vegito. So I throw a Ki Blast again, force the opponent to vanish, and then afterwards they swap into Golden Frieza, and I have to pace myself because they popped the main ability, getting them like a really good hand at that point. Rising Rush came. I should have swapped to 17 and 18 and just dodged out the way, honestly, but I'm still not tripping. So Vegito loses the Rising Rush. He's gone. Again, not tripping. Like, he's there as like my defensive unit, right? And at this point, I just have to be able to get, like, Frieza out the way. I tackle, and I was actually expecting him to sidestep afterwards, but it didn't happen. Luckily, the opponent followed up with Ki Blast, and I had a special move. Now, honestly, this should have hit harder with how low his health was, but he literally held on with a sliver of health. But since he's bleeding, we're good. So all I have to do is just get him to vanish. But my mind kind of forgot that I didn't use Rising Rush yet. So Jiren never had endurance. So I could have just tapped him out. But hey, better safe than sorry. No big deal. So I have a special skill now. And I decide, you know what? If I can save this special skill, then that'll help me out a ton. But I also have Rising Rush, and I would like to use it. So in this particular scenario, I continue my attack because I know Goku's actually just gonna like come through and like take the hit. But yeah, we land the ultimate attack on Goku. It deals solid damage, which I really need at this point, and also it helps replenish my Vanish Gauge as well, because if that stays down, then I'm screwed. So we end up clashing, and yeah, I win, which I honestly thought I was gonna lose because of how low it was. And then afterwards I fought with Ki Blast, and that wipes out Goku. Now, this part is kind of yikes because obviously I could have swapped to 17 and 18 if I really wanted to. I decided not to because I kind of wanted to keep Trunks in. So the opponent is continuing their attack with Golden Frieza, and this whole time I'm thinking, okay, if I take a special move from Frieza, I just have to hold on. And luckily I did. So the opponent sits and waits until I get to like 1% health left, but luckily I timed the sidestep. Afterwards I throw out my special move, and that special move wipes out Frieza, and that's game. So yeah, this Trunks is a great unit. Again, the banner is bad, and I seriously suggest that you guys don't even consider summoning on it. It's really not worth it unless you have like a surplus of crystals. But this unit has a solid kit. Again, has cover change with Blast, can nullify endurance twice. His special move is solid. Blast armor on darn near everything. Gets key, gets cards, like everything you could want on a unit apart from like a unique gauge or something of the sort. This unit has. I think he's fantastic, but I do want to know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on the brand new LF Super Saiyan Future Trunks? But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.